So it seems that time has come again, where we meet in this space and connect. Firstly, I want to thank you all for being here with me, remembering that you are the reason that I am here and that I make this content. Because without you, what would be the point? So, if you are not already, please make sure that you are following me on all of my social media platforms, including YouTube, Spotify, TikTok, Twitter, and Instagram. Also, please make sure that you are being the best version of yourself, because that's all you can be. And that is going to look different for each and every one of us. So for today's topic at hand, I'd like to touch on something, once again, maybe a little bit taboo, but at the same time, something definitely worth bringing conversation to. And what that conversation entails, and this topic is relationships. What do relationships look like to you? And is a relationship a one-size-fits-all where we simply stay in a monogamous, one partner, opposite sex relation? Or does a relationship to you look like a variation of things, a combination? Can you have a relationship of the same depth in different waters with multiple people? Or do you find that you can only be with that specific one? That one person that means the world to you so much to where you crave nothing outside of them? And does it make you in a better position to feel this way? Or at least do you feel that way? Or does this create limitation, stagnation, and too tight of boundaries? So with this being said, I do want to start off with saying I hold or cast no judgments or opinion on this topic other than what I will express today. My personal belief is that love is expansive and it could be found in so many different people, in so many different ways, and in so many different areas. I personally prefer to identify, if I choose a label, which I rarely like to do, I would identify myself as a pansexual polyamorous being. I see or hold no shame in that. However, I am in a monogamous relationship. That does not mean that my essence of my core values or beliefs have changed, or that I will ever limit myself to be any one specific way. But how does that make you feel? How do you feel whenever you think about the idea that there could be multiple soulmates for you out there, multiple, even possibly twin flames? Yes, twin flames. Twin flames is a term I rarely like to use after the overuse of it, after feeling that I had found my said twin flame a while back. What I really had found was nothing more than a gateway, a portal. And in this person, this portal, this being, this soul, I was able to see my level and depths of love. And because of that, it opened up the most broad horizon to be able to understand a new interpretation of love, a new interpretation of energy, recollecting the fact that I was never placed here to be with only one specific person and no one else. Because if I would have chose to stay in love of that energy, of the twin flame synergy that I felt that I had, I would have never opened myself up to receive anything outside of that. It took years for me to get over the fact that even if this one specific person was my twin flame, that did not actually mean that I had to be with them. It simply meant that I had to be with myself, and they would always be within me, and utilizing the energy of them inside of me would also help me be able to express that side, that energy, and that synergy with whoever I so choose. Funny enough, my partner now today has the same exact birthday, and the year is just reversed of said twin flame, and they are of a different gender. So I do feel that everyone connects in different ways for a reason. And there's no one that we meet on accident. And just because we meet someone that absolutely lights our flame doesn't necessarily mean that is or is not a twin flame. However, when we become so set on one specific answer, one specific way, then we often tune out the frequencies of the resonance that are there, that are present, that are willing to do everything and beyond that you want, because it makes them happy and it makes you happy, and your happiness alone brightens up their world. And now going back to the topic of polyamory and monogamy and just all of the different labels that we have out there. It's not so much about the label, it's about the love. You can have a friend that you love so deeply that you could have a connection with, maybe that compares to your partner. And maybe that relationship is meant to be exactly what it is. It doesn't require a romantic interest, but it simply requires an essence of you that you and that soul carry, that is uniquely your own. As I grow older, I'm finding more and more how important it is to have these different frequencies of my match and not only limit myself to the love of my partner, but also open myself up to receive the love of my friends and the love of others that match the resonance of the energy in which I seek to attain outside of myself, because it's held so deeply within. Sometimes it takes someone on the outside to reflect and project the energy of what lurks deeply inside of you. This doesn't make us a bad person to be able to feel love for multiple people simultaneously, because you have to accept that each love is uniquely and divinely their own. And when it really comes down to it, a relationship, a partnership, is only typically distinguished by sexual intercourse. And if that be the case, then really, a romantic partner is nothing more than a sexual partner that you have deep connected roots and connections with. And whenever you look at someone who would say that they are polyamorous, a poly relationship can consist of multiple elements. You may have one person that you love to talk to, one person that you love to cuddle with, one person that you love to have sex with, One person that you love to role play or act out beautiful, creative things with. One person to create with. Maybe someone that you just inspire, that inspires you. They activate that energy. And yes, that does lead us to the question, if a twin flame were to exist, and if this energy is real, which I am not doubting that it is, would said twin flame hold all of these energies inside of one? Would they encapsulate every single element to where you no longer sought anyone outside of that because it was simply fulfilling enough on its own? So that's the question of the hour. Is someone such as myself, who identifies, if labeled, as polyamorous, pansexual, would that mean that I am simply in a relationship that lacks all of the elements that I seek? Or would it mean that I am in a healthy, accepting relationship that shows me that I cannot ask for everything from one person, because I am aware that my person is also human like me, and we will have different elements and different energies? I see either side as no bad or no good. I see it for what it is. I think it's beautiful to taste the rainbow and expand yourself. Because when we become too dependent on one person, we often find that if that one person hurts us, or if for some reason eventually things just don't work out, we end up in situations where we have become so codependent on someone outside of ourselves, when really we should have found all of that energy within ourselves to begin with, and also connect with others that energy mends and tends to and with. So let this content today simply be a seed. And as you plant that seed in your mind, I ask that you water it and let it grow. And you ask yourself, what does a relationship look like to you? Is it belittled in its worth of value if the person that you are with doesn't hold every single characteristic of what fulfills you mentally, physically, and in every single way? Or what if that person does fulfill you in every single way, but another person can fulfill you in other ways of similarity, or other ways that you didn't even realize that you wanted? Life is full of conundrums, and sadly, life is also full of many restrictions. I feel when we restrict ourselves, we often miss out on what is there. We miss out on opportunities to explore and find ourselves on deeper levels at our core. So I ask that you challenge yourself to think, what really matters to you? And what do relationships mean to you? In a perfect world, we would be happy all of the time with our partner. But in a reality such as this, we have our ups, we have our downs, and we have many outside impacts and influences that also affect us directly. It's not about changing who you're with. It's about loving the aspects of who they are and what they are and how they live and how they are doing, how they treat you, how you treat them, giving them honor and respect, and also giving them the freedom to be themselves without expectations, knowing that you yourself have so many options of love. Love was never meant to be constrained. It was just meant to be felt. And the more that we constrain it, the more that we restrict ourselves. So I ask that you open your heart with full expansion and accept love in whatever form that may be. Label or not, simply accept love. What if you just went into life with the intention of whatever is meant to be will find me? Holding no expectations of anyone or anything. Not filling our minds with what we wish someone would be, even whenever they maybe don't present that energy directly towards us at all times. What if we simply accept people for who they are and see the beauty because we see the love that they are? But you know where it all starts, of course, and that's within ourselves. So that concludes today's podcast, today's message. If you enjoy my content, make sure that you follow me here. Subscribe to my Spotify, subscribe to my YouTube, follow me on Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok, and be on the lookout for more content. I do my best to upload here weekly, and I also have a video recording on YouTube uploaded typically the week after each podcast. So unfortunately, I am again not in front of the screen on this video. However, I will provide this content in my YouTube space. I am so thankful for each and every one of you here that have listened to my beautiful podcast today. And I ask that you share any comments, feedback, or bring anything up that you'd like to bring attention to. Because all is fair in love. And love was never meant to be a war. I love you. And until we meet again, soul friends, I'll be talking to you soon. Have a wonderful momentum of your now.